Straight up now, tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Or is it just a hit and run? Hey, we got a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again.
Hi guys, it's Amber. So we are going to be talking about something that's real as fuck. So get ready. I mean, y'all already did seen the title. So basically I'm going to be telling you guys about my process of me loving myself, and I'm going to be giving you guys tips that can hopefully help you to learn to love yourself if you don't already. So, randomly, May 28th, I know the specific time because that's whenever I randomly started writing. These are the tips that I wrote. So it randomly came in my head. I don't know what I was looking at. I remember now. I was looking at something that was like kind of like a colorism post that I had saw, which we're gonna talk about that too, but in another video. And it just had me thinking, and I was just so sad because I was like, man, please just love yourself, you know. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a video about it so that I could possibly try and get the message out there to anybody who doesn't, and possibly help them to learn how to love themselves, get my story out there and things of that sort. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing today. So here we go. Damn near about half my entire life, I'm 20 years old if anybody who doesn't know, I did not like who I was. Not personality wise, physically, I didn't like myself. I didn't think I was beautiful for the longest time. Seriously. I thought I was, I didn't really think of if I was beautiful or if I wasn't beautiful. I really didn't care whenever I was younger, clearly, until I made it to middle school. Middle school has got to be the worst years of my life. Those were the worst 2 years of my life. I hated middle school for so many reasons, and this was one of the reasons why I disliked middle school so much. Again, I didn't think, oh, am I ugly or nothing like that. My parents and my family always told me, Amber, you're beautiful. They'll look at me and be like, you're so gorgeous. I don't like ask for it or nothing or be like, hey, do I look okay? It's like they'll just randomly say it. And, to me, I thought it was just a normal thing. I'm like, okay, they're family. Of course, they're going to say something like that. That's normal, right? So I didn't really think nothing of it, of like, am I really beautiful, or are they just saying this because they don't want to hurt my feelings? I was just like, okay, thank you. That's a great boost on me and everything like that. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So I make it to middle school. For me, middle school was 7th grade and 8th grade. And middle school was the first time I was called ugly. And I mean, I'm pretty sure people probably called me ugly, but it was the first time somebody actually called me ugly to my face. So it really did affect me. Like, it affected me to now. Here I am, 20 years old. That happened when I was in 7th grade. I was 12 when I was in 7th grade. So imagine not thinking you're beautiful until you're like 18, because that's what happened with me. So middle school, a lot of things happened in middle school with me mentally. Middle school was whenever I started liking boys, and it was whenever I started hearing and listening to what attracts boys and what I have to do to attract a boy type thing. I was stuck in that whole boys are everything. If I don't please this boy, I'm gonna be forever alone. Nobody's ever gonna love me. So I gotta get guys' attention, like right here, right now. And that didn't become my attention until I started liking guys. So whenever I started liking guys, I was like, okay, well, my hair has to be done. I gotta somewhat look kind of cute and things like that. I want to look like my friends. I want to be cute as fuck, Which I'm telling you, even if I were to, the fact that I brought up my friends, if my friends were to watch this, they'd probably look at me so side-eye, like, girl, I didn't look good in middle school. But to me, they looked it better than I did. So middle school was the first time I started getting numbers. So there was this one guy that I was talking with, and he was actually one of my guy's friends, and me and him kind of sort of wanted to like hook up. Not like hook up, like, oh, let's go have sex, but you know what I'm saying. We like wanted to like, what's the word I'm looking for? We wanted to date. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. We wanted to date, but like, because we would talk, we were texting, you know, when we had our little flip phones. We were texting and things of that sort. And then he asked me for a picture. So it's my first time sending a picture to a guy. So I'm trying to get the right lighting. I'm trying to make sure my face is looking okay. I'm like, okay, all right, you know. First of all, the lighting was fucked. So I don't know why I thought that picture was cute to begin with. But honestly, I thought it was cute. I was like, okay, I'm happy with this. So I'm going to send it to him. I think he sent me a picture first, and then he asked for one. So I sent him a picture. And I noticed that he never responded to me. So I was like, did you get the picture? Like, you know? And he was like, yeah, I got the picture. And I was like, okay, so what do you think? Because I told him, I was like, oh, yeah, you're cute. So I'm thinking, you know, I tell you you're cute, so are you going to tell me I'm cute? So I'm like, so what am I working with kind of thing. And I don't remember, honestly, if it was as blunt, if he just straight up, flat out said, you're ugly, I don't want to talk to you. But at the same time, because I can't really remember, but at the same time, I feel like I would remember if somebody called me ugly, and that's what I remember. So he probably did bluntly tell me, you're ugly, I don't want to talk to you. I just know afterwards, we didn't talk. I remember crying that night. I remember really looking at myself. It was the first time I really looked at myself in the mirror. Instead of like looking at myself and being like, oh, okay, I look fine, and going on with my life. I actually looked at myself that night and was like, damn, he's right. And I regret my middle school years so much, my middle school mindset, because of that one guy, that affected me. That sending the picture thing affected me. Like, forever. Like, seriously. Like, even now, honestly, to this day, when guys ask me for pictures, I feel weird about it. I don't want to send you a picture. Why? You know, we have Snapchat nowadays. You know, if you want to see my face, go on Snapchat. But, you know, clearly it's different now because I'm clearly more confident than when I was back in middle school. But anyway, I just remember after hearing that, I no longer thought anything but negatively of myself. And I noticed that a lot of guys didn't talk to me. And again, the middle school mindset was, if guys aren't talking to you, you're not pretty, you're not beautiful, you're not gorgeous, you're not this, not, or whatever, you're ugly. Just straight up. And so because of that, that was my mindset. My mindset was, so no guys are talking to me, so I'm ugly. Straight up. And that was literally me my whole middle school years. I never really had guys talk to me. I was like, is it because I wear a jacket all the time? Then I tried fixing myself. Let me remove my jacket. Let me do this. Let me be rebellish. Let me show my boobs. Let me do something. I didn't really show my boobs, but you know, it was just like a spare the moment kind of thing. So I was just looking for different ways. I remember telling my crush that I had a crush on him, and I remember him not really responding to it, except our friendship not being a friendship anymore and us being weird. It was weird and everything after I told him that. I just remember I didn't have a good relationship with guys. And I felt like because of that, it meant I wasn't beautiful. So I lived with that. And I lived with, no matter what shirt I'm wearing, no matter how my hair looks, no matter what, I'm not pretty. And that was me for those whole 2 years. Literally, that was my mindset. I was just like, I don't know why a guy would want to talk to me. You know, clearly he wants to talk to my best friend. Clearly he wants to talk to my other best friend. He doesn't want to talk to me. I mean, hello, look at me. I'm ugly. You know, like, literally that was me, blunt as fuck, about how ugly I was when I was never ugly. But because of what the guy said, it fucked with my mental and it made me truly believe that I wasn't beautiful. And so I move into high school. My confidence level gets a little better because I noticed that guys were talking to me. Again, I'm still in the mindset. If a guy don't talk to you, you're not pretty. That was my fucking mindset. So whenever the guys talked to me, I was like, okay, well then I must be doing something right, you know, and everything like that. It was terrible because I used to shame the shit out of myself. And I just used to be like, I hate my nose. I hate my lips. I hate my skin color. Oh my gosh. Again, we're going to talk about colorism in another video. I have another video for that. But I hated my skin color. I hated that I was brown, that I was considered dark skin. I hated that shit because, not even back then, like still now, kind of, lighter skin was beautiful. And my skin wasn't considered beautiful. The guys wanted the light-skinned girls, and I wasn't light-skinned, so you know what I mean? So a lot of things influenced me into believing that I wasn't this and I wasn't that. I looked at a lot of celebrities and thought, wow, these celebrities are beautiful, but I'm not. Despite the fact that my parents told me I was beautiful, despite the fact that, my family told me I was beautiful and stuff like that, it made it to the point where I didn't even believe them anymore. It was literally, y'all are just telling me this because I'm your niece, because I'm your cousin, because I'm your daughter, because I'm your sister. That's why you're telling me this, not because you truly believe it. You're saying that because you want to believe it, but you really don't think that I'm beautiful, so why are you lying to me, I used to be insecure about my forehead, which a lot of people are like, why? So, I used to be insecure as fuck about my forehead. I hated my forehead. I hated this, I don't know what this, people call that a widow's peak, the little thing right there. I used to be insecure about that, which that was my brother's fault. My brother used to bully me too, but it's crazy because now we best friends. But my brother used to bully me too. Like, he used to say shit about that all the time. He used to call it this and that or whatever. So that led me to wearing headbands, such as these. I wore headbands all the time. If my hair's in a ponytail, I'm gonna have a headband. If my hair is in an updo, I'm gonna have a headband. If my hair wasn't down to where I could have my little swoop, then I need a headband because I don't like my head. I don't like the little widow's peak. I don't like none of that. I felt like people were saying stuff about that. And because I wore these damn headbands for so long, it started to thin out my edges and it started to make me lose hair, like in the front and things of that sort. It's terrible. Like, whenever I sit there and think about it, I truly hated myself. Even if how I'm explaining it, maybe some of y'all might not think of it, but truly, honestly, when I look back on it, I hated myself. I hated everything about my face. I hated my body. The only thing that I liked about my body was my boobs. I was like, oh, I have big boobs, so all I gotta do is find a boob man type thing. I hated my body shape. I felt like I was too skinny because people used to tell me I was too skinny. People used to tell me I wasn't curvy. People used to tell me my booty's too little, so guys aren't gonna like me because I don't have a fat ass. And keep in mind, this was all in middle school. People used to tell me this stuff in middle school. People used to tell me this stuff in high school. And it took me forever to love everything about myself. I hated everything about myself, y'all. I hated my feet. I hated my legs. I hated my thighs. I hated everything about myself. And when I rethink about it, I just don't understand how I allowed people to truly influence me to hate everything about myself, like to the point where I was just like, nobody's ever going to love me. Nobody's ever going to say anything positive about me and actually mean it, It's just really sad, whenever you rethink about stuff like that and about how you wish you could go back time and talk to your younger self and tell her how beautiful she truly is and how she shouldn't let people get in the way of that, Literally, when I think about it, I truly didn't start loving everything about myself until I was in college. So it took me from middle school to college to truly look in the mirror and say, ooh, I look good, and mean it. To say, ooh, I look beautiful, and mean it. To say something positive about myself and mean it. So it took me so long and so many years to finally realize that I'm not here to please anybody. I'm not here to make my skin lighter to please this person, to be skinnier to be that person, to be bigger to please this person. I don't care about nobody anymore, I'm to the point where I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with everything about myself, and it took me a long time to love everything about myself, and there's nobody on this earth at all that's ever going to change that about me, okay? Nobody's ever going to tell me anything different. You can sit here and call me ugly. You can call me this and that. You don't like my hair. You don't like my skin color. I don't care, because it took me my entire life down there to actually love everything about myself, and ain't nobody going to take that away from me. I'm okay. I'm all right. So, yeah, it took me to college. It still wasn't even like freshman year of college. Literally, I just recently learned to start loving myself, truly. If I'm being completely honest with y'all, I've been fully loving everything about myself for about 2 years. And It is the most amazing thing in the world whenever you truly, truly love everything about yourself. It's the most amazing thing ever. Like, whenever you don't try to follow the trends and try to go with these fuck ass beauty standards and stuff like that, and you actually love how God made you, or if you aren't religious, you love how you grew up to be and how you grew up to just love the skin that you're in and love everything about yourself. Like, it truly is the most amazing thing and the most amazing feeling ever. So whenever somebody tells you that you're beautiful, you say in your head, I know, you know? You never doubt it. You don't doubt it anymore. Like, nobody has to tell you that because you already know. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And it's great. And I had to learn to love myself. I didn't learn from a video. I didn't watch how you love yourself. I didn't Google it. I didn't check it out. One day, I just really looked in the mirror and said, you're fucking beautiful. What's the issue, you know? And from then on, I just started talking positively about myself, and it has made things better. I'm better, y'all. Like, I was so low, man. I was so low whenever it came to my appearance, like, truly. And now I'm at the point where I could be looking, you know, half-assed, and I'll still be like, I mean, you know what I mean? I'll still be like, I don't care. I still look good, you know. I still don't care, you know. Especially whenever I made it to the point where I'm not here to please anybody. Especially no guys, no man, no nothing. And I used to hate my personality, too. Not my personality. People used to tell me that they hated my laugh. And that my laugh was annoying, and I used to try to change it. I used to kind of be like, oh, it's funny because it's true. Like, I used to truly change everything and used to try to be something that I wasn't. I used to try to show skin when I didn't want to. You know, I used to try to do stuff that was out of my comfort zone, but wasn't positively out of my comfort zone. And now I'm comfortable. I'm happy about it. And the one thing that I really do want to do, the one thing that I really want anybody who's watching this video to take out of it, is that you're going to get there. If you're not to the point where you love yourself yet, you're going to get there. The thing that you have to know is that you're going to get there in your own time. You know, if all of your friends already glowed up and you feel like you haven't glowed up yet, don't rush it. You can't rush your time. You can't rush loving yourself. It's going to come naturally. I promise you that. I promise, man. It's going to come naturally, but you can't force it. You can't force yourself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But you can have steps to get yourself there. And those are the steps I'm going to tell you. So now we're going to move into the steps, all right? So again, these are steps that I wrote down. I don't want nobody to think that I got this from a website or something like that. I cliched it or anything like that. I copyrighted that shit. Nah, this is all literally from my head because I've been through it. And so this is everything that helps me and that I hope will help you. First step to trying and learning to love yourself is to stop finding things about yourself to hate, such as your weight or your skin color or your hair texture or your eye shape, your acne scars, your crooked teeth. Those things hold you back. Putting yourself down is far worse than someone else putting you down because you're your own best friend, but you're also your worst enemy. Learn to only be the positive side, and things will definitely be better, okay? Number 2, don't envy. For those of y'all who don't know what envy means, I'm going to give you a definition, okay? Because I know what envy means. Actually, it's crazy because I recently looked up what envy means like a couple months ago because I felt like I was feeling that way. And whenever I looked it up and read what it meant, I was like, oh, wow, I am feeling that way. So... And also, it's a daily sin, so if anybody who's religious, don't envy, okay? Envy means desire to have a quality, possession, or other desirable attribute belonging to someone else. You gotta remember that everyone has different body shapes, different appearances, different personalities, just like how everyone has different backgrounds. They love themselves. It's time for you to start. Tip number 3 to loving yourself. Fuck society. Society's beauty standards live up to Barbie dolls and fairy tale princesses. This is fucking reality. You can't let people get to you. Saying you need blonde hair, a nice chest, you know, a slim waist, a big butt, pretty teeth, high cheekbones, a slim but a nicely formed nose. You can't be too tall or too short. size 6 feet. Hell, colored eyes. You know, those are usually beauty standards for girls. As for guys, as for the guy beauty standards, having a big package or abs or being tanned. Not too light, not too dark. That goes for the girls too. Perfect teeth, great hair, skinny but not too skinny. You gotta have muscle. You gotta have some good grip on your legs, and you gotta be strong in your arms. If everyone looked like that, everything would be boring. Be happy that you don't look like the person you sit next to in class. Be happy that you are made the way you are. Because if you keep living up to these beauty standards, I know y'all been seeing everybody get plastic surgery, but I don't know what beauty standard a lot of people on whenever they be getting boobs that are like this big. I don't know what standard that is. Baby, if you can't breathe, what's the what's the point? You know what I mean? Or your booty is like super big, like monstrous, but you can't like move it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, be happy with yourself. Which leads me to step 4. Change yourself only if you want to. There's nothing wrong with getting surgery. I don't want nobody to think that I got an issue with you getting surgery. You do you. You do everything that you want to do to your body. It's yours. But at the same time, don't change yourself to please other people. Don't change your nose shape because somebody said your nose was big 5 years ago. Don't change your boob size because guys like them bigger. And you know, this category is kind of tricky to explain because it's hard to tell you to love yourself, but that it's also okay to change yourself. But what you need to know is that if changing yourself is going to help you love yourself, then go for it. I don't want you to change yourself to live up to standards, to live up to society, to live up to what everybody else wants you to look like. That's the issue. And if it's a weight problem, remember to slim yourself if you want to. Not because you see people calling you obese or people calling you fat. Who gives a damn? You know what I mean? Like, do you. Like, if you like being curvy, if you like being thicker and bigger, do you. Who cares what anybody else got to say? It doesn't even matter. But if you do want to change yourself for the better, for you, not because somebody called you fat or because somebody called you too thick or whatever, but you want to slim because you want to slim for your own purposes, go for it. Vice versa. If you're too skinny, too small, or anything like that, you kind of want to get some meat on your bones, do that. But only do it if you want to. Don't do it because somebody else is telling you to. Now, none of this ties into if it's with health, okay? You know, if it's threatening your health, whether if you're too small or too big, fix it, okay? Because I want you to be around for a long time, okay? If it's messing with your health, if you're too small, baby, and it's messing with your health, fix it. If you're too large, baby, and it's messing with your health, fix it, okay? Because I want you to stay on Earth for a really long time. But I also want you to stay on Earth, and I want you to love who you are. And last but not least, step 5 to loving yourself is patience. This tip is key. You have to have patience with yourself. People learn to love themselves at different speeds. You can learn to love yourself tomorrow or in the next couple years. What's truly important is that you learn to start, or you'll never make it to the point where you truly love everything about yourself. Stop looking in the mirror and saying something negative. Stop saying, ugh, my eyes are so big, my eyes are so small, my nose is so funny looking, you know, my lips are so big, they're so little. Look in the mirror and say something positive. And if you start like that, and if you do that as many times as you can, if you actually believe, and if you actually try, I promise you will make it to where you want to make it, and you will love who you are. So yeah, you guys, that's all I have for y'all. And did my camera get higher? I hope y'all have learned something from me. I hope y'all have gotten some really good tips from me as well. I'm going to I'm going to write down everything word for word in the bio so that you can actually see word for word, you know, what it is that I'm saying, what it is that I read off, and things of that sort. Also, I'm going to be putting down a link to this poem that's called To This Day. I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard of it, but it's one of my favorite poems, and it is about loving yourself, and it's about loving things that you do. So please check it out if you would like to. Also, what I'm going to have down below are a bunch of songs that are about loving yourself, and that kind of sort of helps me into love myself, and that kind of sort of brought emotion out, you know, brought me into tears, but got me into happy tears and got me into, you know, being happy where I am today and things of that sort. I truly, truly, truly do hope that my story and my tips help you, and I hope I just hope everybody makes to the point where they truly do love themselves and that they don't hate themselves, you know? If you were meant to hate yourself, you wouldn't be in the body that you're in. I love you all so much. I truly do. And if there's anything else that you need help with, whether it be about loving yourself or be about, you know, struggles that you're going through in school with loving yourself or with bullying or with people saying something about you and your appearance, please feel free to comment it, or you can inbox me on Instagram and or Twitter. Talk to me, okay? I'm here for you, all right? I've been through it. I got you, okay? As best as I possibly can. I want to do anything that I can to help anybody out there. And hopefully this video did help a lot of you guys. I love you all so much. And if you want to, please feel free to share the video to anybody who possibly needs it. I love y'all. I don't know how many times I got to say that, but I got to let you know. I love you, okay? I love you, all right? Hopefully this will start your journey into loving everything about yourself and loving yourself, because it truly is the most amazing feeling in the world when you look in the mirror and smile. Thanks, guys, and I'll surely see you all next time. Remember to keep your head up and smile, and always know that somebody has your back. Bye!
We can make it if you try.